The US has approved the use of controversial cluster bombs in Ukraine despite over 100 countries banning their use.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his Turkish counterpart hold talks in Istanbul to discuss Russia's war in Ukraine, NATO membership and the Black Sea grain deal.
The US says it will provide controversial cluster bombs to Ukraine despite them being banned in over 100 countries. American National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the US would not leave Ukraine defenseless and said Kyiv had promised to use them carefully.
So clearly a capability that would be useful in any type of offensive operations. I would note that the Russians have already been employing cluster munitions on the battlefield, many with which include a very high dud rate reportedly.
Many EU countries have signed up to a treaty that prohibits them, and some member states like Germany say they're unacceptable.
Auch ich habe die Medienberichte verfolgt. Als Vertragsstaat gilt für uns das Oslo-Abkommen.
The US announcement was part of a military aid package for Ukraine worth €735 million.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan held talks in Istanbul on Saturday over NATO membership, the Black Sea Grain Initiative and Russia's war in Ukraine.
Adil bir barışın kaybedeni olmaz. Taraflar arasındaki anlayış farklılıklarına rağmen barış arayışlarına bir an evvel geri dönülmesi en samimi arzumuzdur.
Останнім часом Росія, на жаль, максимально блокує рух суден з продовольством коридорами у Чорному морі. Народи нашого регіону потребують більших зусиль заради обмеження агресивних амбіцій Росії та гарантування стабільності в регіоні Чорного моря.
Both Zelensky and Erdogan want to extend the United Nations and Turkey brokered agreement, under which Russia has allowed Ukraine to continue shipping grain to global markets through the Black Sea. The deal is set to expire on the 17th of July. The Dutch government, led by Prime Minister Mark Rutte, resigned on Friday after failing to secure a deal within the four-party coalition over measures to curb migration.
Het is geen geheim dat de coalitiepartners heel verschillend denken over het migratiebeleid. En vandaag moeten we helaas de conclusie trekken dat die verschillen onoverbrugbaar zijn.
The coalition has been divided from the day it was sworn in, with the centrists opposed to a strict crackdown on migration and conservatives, led by Rutte, wanting tougher measures.
Migratie, maar ook als financiën. We zijn niet meer we horen niet meer tot de zuinige landen. Dat het volgende kabinet, ongeacht de politieke kleur, tot meer daken zal komen. Dat is mijn wens.
The coalition collapse means the Netherlands will face a general election later this year. Rutte and his government will remain in office in their caretaker capacity. The Eurovision Song Contest is once again returning to the Swedish city of Malmo for its 68th edition next year. Sweden's third largest city, which also hosted the event in 1992 and 2012, was picked in what organizers called a strong bid process, examining venues, accommodations for visitors, infrastructure and other factors. In May, Sweden won its 7th Eurovision title with the power ballad Tattoo by singer Loreen, who also won in 2012. The 2024 Eurovision Grand Final will be held on May 11th at the Malmo Arena. French football star Kylian Mbappe is honored to visit his father's native Cameroon, he told reporters in Yaoundé on Friday. Mbappe, the star forward of Paris Saint-Germain and captain of the French national team, arrived in the country on Thursday for a trip devoted to charity work and a visit to his father's village. He was greeted by hundreds of cheering fans, with traditional dancers performing in his honor. On Friday, Mbappe visited a school for deaf and hard of hearing children before setting off the next day to the island of Djibale.